The Zirthian observation ship Zarathis entered Earth's atmosphere without a sound, its glowing disc-shaped hull blending seamlessly with the night sky. For centuries, the Zirthians had observed Earth from afar, intrigued by its strange dominant species, humans. Now, under the command of Commander Alvrek, they were conducting their first close-range study of human civilization. "This is a momentous mission," Alvrek said, addressing his crew. "Humans are a peculiar species, fragile yet resilient, chaotic yet ingenious. We must observe them carefully to understand their potential." Among the crew were Zira and Kirin, scientists and parents to their curious child Zilo, who had insisted on joining the mission. His glowing blue skin and large, shimmering eyes reflected boundless curiosity. "Stay close, Zilo," Zira warned as they descended into Earth's forests. "Humans are unpredictable. Do not wander." Zilo nodded, but was already distracted by the sights and sounds of the planet. The chirping of crickets, the rustling of leaves, and the distant hum of human activity captivated him. As the delegation spread out to observe nearby human settlements, Zilo noticed a trail of lights leading deeper into the forest. Ignoring his mother's warning, he followed the trail, enchanted by the flickering glow. The Zirthians recorded every detail of human life they observed. In the nearby town, they saw children playing on swings, families gathered around outdoor barbecues, and people laughing together. To the Zirthians, these scenes were both perplexing and fascinating. "They invest so much time in non-survival activities," Kirin remarked, jotting down notes on his glowing datapad. "It's inefficient," Alvrek agreed, "and yet it seems to bring them happiness." As the study concluded, Alvrek issued the order to regroup at the ship. The delegation hurried back to the landing site, eager to leave before they were discovered. In their haste, no one noticed that Zilo was missing. He had wandered far from the group, chasing a glowing firefly-like insect through the forest. By the time he realized he was alone, the Zarathis was already lifting off. "No!" Zilo cried, running back to the clearing just in time to see the ship vanish into the sky. His antennae drooped, and his glowing skin dimmed with despair. He was stranded, alone on a strange planet. The next morning, siblings Emma and Jake ventured into the forest to collect sticks for a fort they were building. Emma, a practical 12-year-old with a love for adventure, led the way, while Jake, her energetic 8-year-old brother, trailed behind. As they gathered sticks, Emma paused. "Do you hear that?" Jake stopped, listening. Faint sobbing echoed through the trees. "What is that? A ghost?" he whispered, clutching his pile of sticks. "Don't be silly," Emma said. "Come on." They followed the sound to a small clearing, where they saw a glowing, blue-skinned figure sitting on the ground, crying softly. "Whoa," Jake breathed. "It's an alien." "Shh," Emma hissed, pulling him behind a tree. "We don't know if it's dangerous." The figure looked up, revealing large, teary eyes and twitching antennae. It didn't seem dangerous, just scared. Emma stepped forward cautiously. "Hey, are you okay?" The alien flinched, backing away, its glowing body pulsing faintly. "It's okay," Emma said, her voice gentle. "We're not going to hurt you." Jake, unable to contain his excitement, bounded forward. "Whoa, you're real. Can you talk? Where's your spaceship? Do you have laser guns?" The alien tilted its head, emitting a series of soft, musical chirps. It didn't speak their language, but seemed to understand their kindness. Emma crouched down, offering her hand. "Come with us. We can help you." After a moment of hesitation, the alien reached out, its glowing fingers brushing against Emma's hand. The siblings decided to call the alien Zilo, based on the melodic tones it made. They led him to their backyard, sneaking him past the house to their treehouse nestled among thick branches. Inside the treehouse, Jake handed Zilo a blanket, while Emma offered him a sandwich. Zilo sniffed the sandwich cautiously before taking a small bite. His glowing skin brightened instantly, and he let out a delighted chirp. "He likes it," Jake laughed. "See? He's just like us." Emma, however, was more cautious. "We have to keep him hidden. If anyone finds out, They'll take him away. Jake nodded solemnly, realizing the gravity of their secret. We'll keep him safe, he promised. Over the next few days, the siblings bonded with Zilo, teaching him simple human words and showing him toys, books, and games. Zilo, in turn, demonstrated small alien abilities. He could float objects with his mind, mimic sounds, and even glow in the dark like a living nightlight. One evening, they gave Zilo a scoop of ice cream. The alien's glowing body turned bright red as he experienced brain freeze, causing Jake to roll on the floor laughing. "Zilo," Emma said gently, holding a picture book. "This is a house. Can you say house?" Zilo chirped softly, his antennae twitching as he tried to mimic her. "Ha-house." "Close enough," Jake said, clapping. Hiding Zilo wasn't easy. The siblings had to sneak food from the kitchen, distract their parents, and keep the family dog from barking at the treehouse. One afternoon, the mailman heard strange noises and peered into the treehouse. Emma quickly threw a blanket over Zilo and pretended he was a mannequin. "Kids and their weird toys," the mailman muttered, walking away. "That was close," Emma whispered, uncovering Zilo, who chirped in confusion. From the treehouse, Zilo watched humans go about their daily lives. He saw children playing, families sharing meals, and people helping each other. Despite his initial fear, he began to see humans as kind and compassionate. One evening, as the siblings sat with Zilo, he pointed to the sky, his antennae twitching. "Home," he chirped softly. Emma and Jake exchanged a worried glance. They knew Zilo missed his family, and they had no idea how to help him. Far across the galaxy, aboard the Zarathis, Commander Alvrek paced the ship's glowing corridors as the crew reviewed their findings on humans. Data streams of human laughter, family gatherings, and curious activities like juggling played across the monitors. "Strange creatures," Alvrek muttered. "So fragile, yet they persevere." But amidst the analysis, a cry rang out from the lower deck. Zira, Zilo's mother, burst into the command center, her bioluminescent skin flashing erratically in distress. "He's gone!" she shouted, clutching her partner Kirin, whose own glow dimmed with panic. "Zilo is not here." Alvrek froze, his antennae rigid. "What do you mean, gone?" "He must have been left on Earth," Zira wailed, her glowing hands trembling. "My baby, alone with the humans." Gasps echoed through the ship. Humans were an unknown variable. Though intriguing, they were unpredictable and potentially dangerous. Alvrek called for an emergency search operation. The ship rerouted back to Earth, its engines humming with urgency. "We will find him," Alvrek assured the parents, though his own confidence wavered. "Deploy the signals. Let him know we're coming." The crew transmitted a series of rhythmic lights and sounds, unique to Zerthian communication. It was their only hope of reaching Zilo amidst Earth's noise. In the treehouse, Zilo sat with Emma and Jake, flipping through a picture book of animals. He pointed excitedly at an elephant, chirping in amazement. "Yeah, that's an elephant," Jake said, grinning. "They're big and super strong." Suddenly, Zilo froze. His antennae twitched, and his glowing skin dimmed, then pulsed faintly in response to a distant hum. "What's wrong?" Emma asked. Zilo placed a hand over his heart, then pointed to the sky. "Home," he said softly. Jake's smile faded. "Oh, he misses his family." Emma nodded. "We need to figure out how to help him." Despite his longing for home, Zilo continued to learn about humans. He grew fascinated by their creativity, stacking blocks into towers, doodling with crayons, and mimicking their laughter with melodic chirps. The siblings also learned more about Zilo's abilities. One night, when their flashlight batteries died, Zilo lit up like a glowing lantern, filling the treehouse with soft blue light. "You're amazing," Jake whispered, staring in awe. Zilo tilted his head, chirping curiously. Though they didn't share a language, their connection deepened. Keeping Zilo hidden became increasingly challenging. The family dog barked incessantly at the treehouse, neighbors grew suspicious, and their parents almost caught them sneaking snacks. "Why are we out of bread again?" their mom asked one evening, narrowing her eyes at Emma. Growing kids eat a lot," Emma stammered. One close call occurred when Zilo accidentally floated a toy into the yard. Jake had to dive into a bush to retrieve it before anyone noticed. "You've got to be more careful," Emma scolded, though she couldn't stay mad at Zilo's apologetic chirps. One evening, as Emma and Jake sat with Zilo in the treehouse, the alien heard the hum of his family's signal. He stood suddenly, his glowing skin flickering with hope. "What is it?" Jake asked. Zilo pointed to the sky, repeating the word, "home." He began to emit his own soft pulses of light in response. Emma's chest tightened. She knew this meant Zilo's family was searching for him. That night, Zilo quietly climbed down from the treehouse, his glowing body a faint beacon in the dark forest. He walked to the clearing where he had last seen his spaceship and knelt on the grass. Raising his hands, he sent out a brighter, stronger signal, hoping his family would find him. When Emma woke and found the treehouse empty, panic set in. "Jake, he's gone!" The siblings grabbed flashlights and ran into the forest, calling for Zilo. They found him in the clearing, glowing brightly as he sent his signal into the sky. "He's trying to go home," Emma whispered, tears welling in her eyes. Jake crouched beside Zilo, placing a hand on his glowing arm. "Don't worry, we'll help you." On the Zarathis, the crew detected Zilo's signal. "We've found him," Zira cried, her skin glowing brightly with relief. "Prepare for landing," Alvrek ordered. "We must bring him back." As dawn broke, the siblings and Zilo stood in the clearing, watching as a massive spaceship descended. Its lights bathed the forest in a soft glow, and the hum of its engines filled the air. The landing ramp lowered, and Zilo's parents rushed out. Zira fell to her knees, pulling Zilo into her arms. "My child, you're safe," she sobbed, her glowing tears falling onto his small frame. Kieran knelt beside her, holding them both. "We thought we'd lost you forever." Emma and Jake watched from a distance, happy for Zilo, but heartbroken to lose their friend. Zilo turned and ran to them, wrapping his glowing arms around both siblings. His chirps were soft but full of gratitude. "Don't forget us," Jake whispered, tears streaming down his face. "Friends," Zilo said, his voice trembling but clear. It was the first human word he had spoken perfectly. Zira and Kieran approached the siblings, their antennae bowed in respect. Using a translation device, Zira spoke. "You have shown us that humans are more than we believed. We thought you were reckless and strange, but you cared for our child as your own. For this, we are forever grateful." Kieran added, "Your kindness has changed our understanding of your species." "Thank you." Emma wiped her tears, managing a small smile. "He's part of our family now, too." Before leaving, Zilo handed Emma and Jake a small alien device. When activated, it projected holograms of their time together, building forts, eating ice cream, and laughing in the treehouse. Zilo placed a glowing hand over his heart, then pointed to theirs. "Friends," he repeated softly. As the spaceship ascended, Emma and Jake waved, holding the hologram device close. On his home planet, Zilo told his peers about the humans, their strange but wonderful habits, their laughter, and their kindness. He kept the memory of Emma and Jake close, often replaying the hologram to remember their friendship. Emma and Jake returned to their daily lives, but the experience left a lasting impact. They often visited the treehouse, playing Zilo's holograms and staring at the stars, wondering if their friend would ever return. One evening, as they sat together, Jake looked up and whispered, "Do you think he'll come back someday?" Emma smiled. "Maybe. But even if he doesn't, we'll always have the memories." And as a single star streaked across the night sky, they both felt a flicker of hope.